We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. Let's go. It's time to play. Play, Hannah.
Now a play fake here on first down. He hits his target, left side, Watson. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Ready. Black 22.
Off the play fake, Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Winston now to throw on first down. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Following the interception, Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On the counter, this is high. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be third down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On third down, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle. It's caught inside the 25. A big gain of 31 on third down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Right there. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
Ready?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board.
And this is caught. That one goes for 36 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Carlos Hyde, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Ready? White 25.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. From the gun, Winston. Dancing to his left. It's caught by Mike Evans. 23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Let's go. It's time to play.
Jameis now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. The sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Let's go. It's time to play.
2nd down, Winston. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Green, triple C. Ready. Blue lady. Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Sonic. Right there, 54.
Play fake. Winston. Complete. He finds Bray. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Ready. Black 22.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That is caught inside the 5. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal.
Ready. Blue light. Let's go.
Here's Jones. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It sounds like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Browns getting set to go. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And some room to maneuver. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
Ready, blue ready.
A first down throw for Winston. He's going to go upside. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Detroit!
They start the drive with Hyde. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. With it is Jackson. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So out come the Bucs now. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that?
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now Jameis on 2nd down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. Oh, bowls right over him. And now running right through it. Carlos Hyde, see you later. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Leopard.
The third quarter begins with a run by Hyde. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Kendall Beckwith on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second down, Mayfield. Buying time to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Vinny Curry in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Detroit! Gone!
Throwing, Mayfield. Flush to his right. He makes it. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On second down, Winston again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Winston. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will close the gap down to 14. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now his 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Leopard! Detroit!
First down, a run with Hyde. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
All right, now, lucky 56. Gone!
Here's Mayfield to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Detroit!
Handoff comes to Hyde. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch it now, Barney!
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Going deep here for Landry. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Airing this one out for Evans. And the defense loses him. It's complete. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 55 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action now, Winston. And now he'll tuck it and run. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, Winston. He can run for it, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And another example of why Baker Mayfield went #1 in the draft. His ability to confound defensive coordinators. They played him for the pass. They covered it well. He takes off with his legs and scrambles for a big gain.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Attempt carry for Hyde. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
play fake. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. Room here to run. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll give to Hyde. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Mayfield off the play fake. Forced out to his left. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Third and short yardage. Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Patriot! Patriot!
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
High. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
It's Mayfield down. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. First and 10.
Ready! Blue ready!
Following the interception, Winston. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20.
go.
From the gun, Winston. Flush to his right. A dump off to Sims. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Winston. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Winston now to throw on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd down, it's Sims. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to